is opening in just 2.5 weeks. And so they're working hard, and appreciate Shaylin and Dax for helping, and Corey here, walking us through that. And so that's where we've been, and we're excited for that to come forward. So, and I'd like to excuse Brian and Clyde. Brian is out for a business trip, and Clyde was not feeling well. So he's their apologies, they can't be here, but I'd like to excuse them. So with that, we'll get started. We're going to have a reverence by Superintendent Carlson, and then the flag salute will be led by Connie Archibald, and then Wade Hyde has our recognitions.
Okay, I'm going to sit for the reverence because our IT director, who couldn't be here tonight, said absolutely make sure everybody speaks into the mic. Otherwise, it doesn't end up through our live stream or even our recording. So, our dear Father in heaven, we're grateful tonight that we could be here in the name of public education in this great school district of Box Elder, and we're grateful for the opportunity we have of great work that it is of working with young people and helping to make decisions to help them in their lives and in their futures. And Father, we're grateful for the great staff and employees that we have in this school district that commit so much of their time, effort, and their true love to helping kids be successful. And we're grateful for the opportunity to work in such a great place as Northern Utah and be in such a great environment. And we ask you to bless us tonight, that we'll be able to make wise decisions, that we'll be able to discuss things in good faith and be able to discuss things that are important to the outcomes of student achievement. And we're grateful for all we have, and we ask you to bless as we drive home tonight. We'll be safe. We say these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please stand, face the flag, and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, tonight we have 4 recognitions. We'd like to start off with Principal Shaylin Eakins. Shaylin is our new principal of Golden Spike Elementary School that we were just able to tour. And she has just done such a super job. She was principal of North Park and Tremont, and she was able to get that all finished up for the year and also get the new school going. And we just toured it, and she's well on her way to just having a successful year. And we're just so proud of Shaylin and all of her hard work. Heidi Jill West, who is our assistant superintendent, wrote the following about Shaylin. Shaylin Eakins has tirelessly dedicated herself to opening the new Golden Spike since being appointed as the principal. The hours she has put in are impossible to quantify. Shaylin has been actively engaged in scheduling, planning, preparing, staffing, and coordinating the transition. She has worked extensively to ensure that the building is fully staffed with highly qualified professionals who put students first. Shaylin hasn't had the benefit of an office this last few months, but has not been deterred. She has gotten creative in finding locations to hold interviews and meetings. Shaylin has remained positive and upbeat to ensure that the school is building a positive culture prior to occupying the building. Further, she has taken time out of her summer to begin building meaningful relationships with members of her faculty and staff. She seeks their input, considers perspectives, and strives to make informed decisions that prioritize the students at Golden Spike. Throughout the previous months, she has exhibited exactly the type of energy, positivity, and leadership skills we had hoped she would bring to this new school to ensure the family and community is afforded the best beginning possible. So thank you for all of your hard work, Shaylin. We appreciate all that you do on behalf of the Box Elder School District, and we wish you a successful and wonderful school year. Okay? Thank you, Shaylin. And I thought this was really a very fun, positive thing. Heidi Jo made a recommendation for a recognition for Shaylin. And in the meantime, Shaylin made a recommendation for her assistant principal, Dax Cederholm, okay? So, Shaylin didn't know about her recognition, so I think that was a wonderful thing. Anyway, the Box Elder Board of Education would like to recognize Dax Cedar Home. He is the assistant principal at the new Golden Spike Elementary. We'd like to recognize you for your hard work and dedication in getting the Golden Spike Elementary School ready for the 2022-23 school year. Shaylin Eakins, the principal at Golden Spike, said the following on Dax's behalf. I would like to recognize Dax Cedarholm, the new assistant principal at Golden Spike Elementary. Dax and I have been working together for a few months in preparation for the opening of the Golden Spike Elementary. He has so many talents that are already proven invaluable. He is organized, has a deep understanding of technology, and is a critical thinker. He is easy to talk to, and we've had the opportunity to problem solve many issues in our time working together. He is a great communicator and is willing to take on any challenge or task presented as we work through the lengthy to-do list. He wants to know and understand what it takes to be a good administrator, because the best administrator is always doing what is best for kids. He has a focus on relationships and connection, which is invaluable as the culture of Golden Spike Elementary develops. I am excited to take on this challenge with Dax on the administrative team. So congratulations, Dax. Doing a super job. And we certainly wish you a wonderful and successful school year as well. So Shaylin is Dax. Why don't we have you both stand so everybody, if they don't know you, they will know who you are now. Okay? That's super. Congratulations. Oh, probably. Absolutely. Anyway, our third recognition is for David Blake. David Blake is one of the individuals over technology in our district. And this is by, this recommendation is given by a new teacher, and I hope I get this name right, Chelsea Schesinger. And I know her as Chelsea Young. She's Body Young's daughter, and that was a lot easier to pronounce. Scheringer, yes, okay. Thank you, Nancy. Anyway, Chelsea is a new teacher at Alice C. Harris Intermediate School this year, and Chelsea wrote the following. As I anxiously prepare as a brand new teacher, Mr. Blake was kind enough to take time out of his busy schedule and prematurely help me with my classroom technology. He kindly directed me to trainings that would assist me. He helped talk me through different class scenarios and was kind enough to answer my questions. Mr. Blake is not my assigned mentor, and I later found out some of the information he shared with me would be shared during a new teacher induction trainings. Without hesitation, Mr. Blake warmly helped me feel more prepared for the upcoming school year. I'm so grateful to have a great contact who I can count on to help me in any way. And we certainly thank Mr. Blake. He's a great employee of the Box Elder School District, and we certainly appreciate him and wish him a wonderful school year as well.
Wade, I might add that in light of what you said earlier about Shaylin and Dax being teachers, Mr. Blake had taught her, I believe, in the fifth grade, and so he had been her teacher. Chelsea, I think he'd been her teacher earlier. He said so that she probably had more. I mean, that's awesome that she reached out to a teacher from instead of hating him. She really liked him, wanted some help. So
yeah, that's probably true. That's good. That is good. Anyway, and Coach Haas, I know, is here. Coach, would you stand? Okay. Thank you, Coach. And you know, I have to tell you right now, I am so amazed. I know these boys here are members of the Box Elder baseball team. Am I correct? Yeah. I'm sorry. Oh, you can throw tomatoes at me. I'm sorry. I deeply apologize. You can throw tomatoes. The Bear River baseball team, I want to tell you guys, for you to come here in the summer is remarkable. So thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate that. Anyway, we want to congratulate Coach Haas and everyone who is involved in the Bear River baseball program. They won a very special award. They won the 2021-22 American Baseball Coaches Association Team Academic Excellence Award. The Bear River baseball program was one of 4 recognized in the state of Utah for this accomplishment. To receive this award, students participating in the baseball program at Bear River High School had to achieve an overall grade point average of 3.0 or above on a 4.0 scale for the entire 2021-22 school year. And they did that. I think we should give them a big hand. That's a wonderful accomplishment. Wonderful accomplishment. And the Box Elder Board of Education would like to recognize Coach Donald Hawes and all that were involved with the Bear River High School baseball program for this wonderful accomplishment. We are proud of you and appreciate the hard work and dedication you have demonstrated in receiving this awesome award. So congratulations to all of you. Okay? Okay? And you know what we would like usually, could we have you all come up? We'd like to shake your hand. We'd love to do that and get to know you all a little bit better. Shaylin and Dax, you guys can come too if you would like, okay? Congratulations. Super job. Congratulations. Congratulations.
What a fun year.
Congratulations, guys.
Lots of games.
Congratulations.
Fun to watch you
Congratulations,
guys.
guys. Congratulations.
Wonderful efforts. Love watching
Congratulations.
you
Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Coach.
you. Donna, thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Congratulations, Shaydan. Congratulations,
Thank
Dan.
you.
Hey, Clay. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Super job.
Clay, you're awesome. That was awesome.
And that's
That's
it.
it.
Okay.
Thank you for being here.
Have a good night.
Wow, that's a lot of effort.
Oh.
I don't speak sign language. Oh, it's always fun when we get to celebrate those great accomplishment and great student athletes. They're students. I love that. That's an academic awesomeness. I'd also like to recognize Jenny Earl. I saw you come in. She's our Utah State School Board representative for our region. So welcome to our school board meeting tonight. Okay, we're ready for an approval of the agenda. Agenda tonight?
I'll second that motion.
So we have a motion by Nancy Kennedy and a second by Connie Archibald to approve the agenda. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, agenda's approved. Our first agenda item is public comment, but we don't have anybody signed up, so we will move on to our information items. So TSSA plan review, we have Heidi, Joe, and Gary. Will you tell us what you'd like us to know?
They also have a mic at your table, and Robert reminded me to make sure that you speak
Oh, is
into
that
that.
the mic?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so we just have the final reports available for review. Each principal went in, updated their goals or any amendments or changes that they made to that goal and put in the final report of which of those goals were achieved and which ones they haven't succeeded at yet, but we'll continue working on.
And I think the one that I've had probably a lot of effort and interest in is the one that was exciting is still our alternative high school. If you were able to review the increase in their goals, they are working on them, each of the schools. There's a couple that we don't cut an arm or a leg off when they don't make the goal. They recognize that they can improve. So again, I don't know if you have any questions on them, but we look at those carefully and they have follow those closely and carefully, I think.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions from the board?
I don't have a question, I
Or
just have a comment. I looked at the schools that I am responsible to kind of key in on, and I noticed that in Willard, in one of their goals, you don't see this number very often, but 100% of the kindergartners had reached their math bells. And I just wanted to give a big shout out for that big number. And all of the numbers were amazing, so I don't want to overemphasize it, but you don't usually see that number a lot.
That's true. Thanks for pointing that out. Any other comments? We appreciate you putting that report together. It's always good to see what's happening and like Karen said, that some of those numbers really are impressive. Jumped out. Okay. Wow, we are ready to the monthly financial report. That's usually a long way down the meeting, so.
Wow, we're there already. Okay. You guys received the finance report. I know it looks like it was a quiet month, as far as finances are concerned. It was but we're just gearing up to spend a lot more money here in the next couple of weeks. So, don't get too set on our expenditures so far. But anyway, it's gone good so far. We have our external audit that starts Monday, just so you guys are aware. And we will be busy with that, gathering documentation and answering questions and stuff like that next week for that. So, any questions on the finance report? Okay.
I don't think we have to take any action or anything, so, wow. Yes, Nancy. Turn on your microphone, though.
So I've been doing the training that the state has asked us to do and that Dave provided for us. And so as I'm going through all the audit, it talked about having local citizens on the audit committee. And Dave said that you guys on the audit committee talked about that. And I think an attorney would be a nice asset. We've got a lot of numbers people, but I think a local attorney where we don't have an attorney in-house, it might be kind of nice to have one that knows us and likes us. If we, well, if we just need to make a quick phone call of like, hey, before we go to, anyway, I just thought that was a good recommendation. And it was wonderfully informative. I learned more. I thought, hey, I know all this stuff, but I was surprised at what I really didn't know. So good training.
That's good. I didn't think they were that boring. We've been like, were there only 3 of them?
Well, there's a number 2, which you guys
Oh.
don't have to watch because we just have to watch one that's 10,000 or
10,000,
more
okay.
students. But if you guys like them, I can send you number 2.
No.
I've been.
Well, I didn't like it that
really
much.
surprises me that I've actually been able to find people that like to watch videos on auditing. But hey, there's
Telling you,
stranger things
1.5
happening.
speed does wonders.
So if you guys would like, I can send you module 2 if you guys want to watch that one. But those are, you guys, it's just more informative. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely send it to you. So you have watched the 2 videos that are required as a school board for our sites.
Okay, great.
We need to sign off. There was no place on the USBA when you sign off. Is
Yeah,
you
is
have
there a
to
way?
say we've done?
Oh.
It probably would behoove us to keep track of who has participated and watched it. So
Okay,
I'll contact you guys and you guys can respond back to that email. Let me know.
Okay. that would be great. Yeah, I don't know what to watch.
So I sent module 3. That's the one for 10,000 students or more.
Yeah.
That's not required
Oh, okay.
unless you're part of the audit committee. But I thought it would be very beneficial for you
Yeah,
guys.
I watched that.
So that's the reason I sent it out this last
Okay,
week.
so last week was that one, and then the one we sent out before, were there 2 videos
Was
attached?
module 1.
Were there 2 separate videos?
No,
Oh,
just 1.
I watched a lot of videos. Maybe I got an extra dose. Okay, well, thank you for sending that out. So that kind of concludes what we were planning to do for our book study. As long as if you guys can watch those, and then maybe if you can contact us and let us know. So we'll be maybe next month bring something to ideas for a book to read. Okay, board committee reports. I don't think we've. Oh, you do. Thanks, Wade. Oh.
Whoops. Okay, since I'm a committee of 1 on the recognition committee, okay, I was able to go to all principals meeting last week and talk to all the principals, assistant principals about recognitions and how we really would like more recognitions and across the entire district, every school. And so working things out, we've decided to now do an application on Google Docs, which has been sent to all the principals and directors, but it is going to be put on the district website. So any employee can go in and make a recognition, and then that will go directly to myself and to Marcy as well. So we'll coordinate that, and it'll be easier to keep track of everything as well. So that's how it's going to work, and I think that that should be a much better. And it's already started, and I think it's going to be a positive thing. So just wanted everyone to know that. Okay.
Thank you for doing that. I think that
You're
is,
welcome.
I
It's
think
been
that's
fun.
a great idea, and I think it, like you said, it's going to get us to outreach to more
Right.
what's going on. So,
And it already has.
It already
So it's been a good thing. So
oh, good. Thank you. We
You're
knew you were the right one for that committee.
you're fine, Joy.
Okay, any other board committee reports? I don't think there's been others. All right, we're to a policy review. We have one on first reading, the per diem and travel allowances. And it looks like there's just minor changes. Are there any questions on that?
I'll make a motion, we accept policy 2220 on first reading.
So we have a motion by Karen Cronin and a second by Tiffany Summers to accept policy 2220 on first reading. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that passes.
If I could make a comment on
Go ahead.
policy, it's nice to have Jenny here because there's a pretty delicate policy that we have to have approved by October 1st. And fortunate for us, the USBE just changed that from September 1st to October 1st. And Gary's working that over. It's policy that we really don't have. And so it's supposed to be approved by October 1st, so we'll bring it to you next month as a first. And we can do a first and second reading, but then we'll read it again in the October board meeting just to make sure it's been read twice and followed through. Gary, do you have any comments on what you've found so far?
We have a meeting with that committee on August 30th. And it's pretty, there's a lot of information that's been sent out and to look at. We did get the model policy, which was helpful, but then we have to develop a plan that we will go through on the book select, challenging books that are in the building. So it's pretty involved. We meet on the 30th for our first with the committee in place.
I believe in general, it's the sensitive materials policy. Is that generalized what it's called? So you've heard plenty of information on TV about this issue this past few months, and we'll get that going and make sure we present something, and then we'll have our policy committee look at that prior to the board meeting and go from there.
Thank you. Okay, consent items.
Make a motion, we accept the consent item.
We have a motion by Karen Cronin to accept consent items and a second by Connie Archibald. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, those are accepted. Suggestions for future board meetings. We have in September, we've got the Walmart grants presentation, the new core grant, so that'll be fun. Swearing in student board building plan, possibly anything that's.
We just today, and I can't believe that we do this every year, but Marcy made me aware of something that we do every year. The board meeting in October is the Wednesday prior to fall break. And every year it seems like we do the same thing, and well, Marcy didn't bring it to my attention until I think Monday, and we didn't have it on the agenda. And so if you wouldn't mind, we'll bring it next month and bring it to your attention, and we can do the Tuesday or the Thursday, or excuse me, the Tuesday before. We wouldn't want to do the Thursday after, or we can do the next week, are both good dates to move the meeting to, so people can get out, if they want to get away on that Wednesday night.
So we'd be looking at October 11th or October 19th.
I believe that's the two that looked really
Okay.
most
Tuesday,
appealing,
and
but
that's a Wednesday.
there are
Okay.
others. I mean, on our end, we'll make whatever works for you guys. So
I will be flying into the Salt Lake Airport on the 11th at 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So if we could maybe either have a late meeting or.
No.
That's pretty late, yeah. Especially with these two short meetings we've had. We set a record last month, and this month we're breaking it for
I know.
short meetings. So
Who
anyway,
planned this agenda?
Yeah.
Keith?
We will need to have board approval for LEA specific licenses.
Okay.
They actually scared us a little bit. There was a misprint and said that those licenses had to be approved by October 1, which meant we were going to have them approved by you tonight. Well, no, September 12th.
Oh.
Anyway, there's just, so that will be something. They have moved it back to the end of October, so it does allow us to, when we have alternative routes
Yeah.
to licensure. So anyway,
So
I
that will be
have,
next month?
that'll be, I'll actually have it ready in October. So
Oh, October.
we
Okay.
just make sure that we maybe add that for the October and
Okay.
we'll have it ready. Thank you.
So how do you feel about possibly going the 19th? That's the
But
third, excuse me,
just
the third
looking at-
Wednesday? Yeah. I mean, we'll certainly vote on it next time and make it
Yeah.
official, but I just thought it'd be good to have a,
Yeah.
excuse me, a discussion.
I think that would be, take a look at your calendars, but if that seems to be, I think keeping it on Wednesday is probably actually better
Seems like it, so.
than a change of day.
Thanks for accommodating my.
Sure.
And people have all the fun. You can't do the 19th.
On the 19th? What about, would be
Oh,
amazing.
man.
Certainly on the Tuesday and the Thursday before and after, right?
That whole week we're gonna be gone. That's fall break, 13th through the 15th.
October 5th?
5th?
Well,
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful in May.
will these start changing October by then?
In
I've never
May,
been-
yeah.
That's one of my bucket list things to get out there too. But
Mm.
mostly to see. Red Sox, even though it's not the original Boston Dog. I'm a football guy, but my favorite team of all time has always been the Boston Celtics, and
Oh.
let's just go.
Let's just go. Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. All right, back to my agenda here. Anything else for? I do have a question on what we talked about in our work session. What was this, last month? Like the long term. When are we gonna? We have an update on that, or when we're going to discuss that again?
Well, I've sent out some messages to both Weber School District and Cash to talk about, to find a person that would best be able to explain why they have the arrangement that they have. And both Superintendent Butters, Weber, and Norton, Cash has not got back to me yet. So what our thought is we'd have them come and explain why they have the arrangement that they have. And that would probably, we're thinking, be a work session in between board meetings, or like a 6:30 to 8:30, something like that. And probably, now that we're having problems, somewhere probably right after, between the September and October board meeting.
Okay.
Try to, have more time to talk about what we spent, all that.
Yeah.
Have more time talking about what we talked about a month ago, if that makes sense. So
Are those Cash and Weaver, are they different arrangements or are they the same?
they are.
arrangement? Different, okay, so we would get two different perspectives.
School district is 7-9, 10-12, and Cash School District is 9-12,
Cool. So we'll be able to. hear
7-8.
Yeah.
Different perspectives.
That's why we liked
That's good,
those two
yeah.
different. We thought that'd be, and, whether it's just how it physically ended up or if they were very strategic. I know
Yeah.
Cash more recently with building those two new high schools, I think it allowed them to be more strategic as they looked at. That was my assumption.
Okay.
We'll know more, and I'm thinking, like I said, somewhere
Okay.
end of September, first week.
Okay, thank you.
Just President Taylor, also
Yes.
too, I have talked to our board council and they are willing to come and present too and talk about the potential tax increase
Okay.
per assessed value of homes.
Okay,
So as soon as we know a date,
yeah,
I'll make that arrangement.
perfect, thank you. Okay, any other suggestions or questions about future board meetings? Okay, we are cruising. Upcoming events, our USBA pre-delegate workshop and assembly is a couple weeks, and I believe that's Nancy and Connie are going, representing our region and our district, so thank you for doing that. I think that's actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it, but life's busy these days, so. And then we have school that's beginning on Monday, August 29th. Do we have a plan? Or if Golden Spike is not quite ready, do we have, how do we do that?
You know, Wade asked me, and I suspect it's this late in the date, it's hard to get an appeal from the State Board of Education on number of days, but where we're going half days that week, we'd have to, see what happens. So we've not had that discussion. I think we're planning on getting her done, aren't we, Shaylin? I know what we just looked at. There's still a lot of work. What's that? 2 weeks from this coming Monday, so 17, 18 days, somewhere like that. So it's going to be close, but I think we're fortunate in the fact that they are half days, and so we'll have a big talk about that. I just presumed we were just going to make it happen. Sometimes you have to have that attitude. So, but we'll talk about it.
I think it's going to happen. I just hope we don't give teachers nervous breakdowns in the process. That's my biggest. We need teachers. So
Well, it'll make the rest of the year easy if we give them a little stress early.
Okay.
So
That's the strategy.
I'm
now.
just kidding.
No, okay. I just wondered if it had been brought up at all, but we're sending all the
Yeah,
we're sending all the positive vibes. It's a beautiful school. I'm super excited to go back and observe and visit, and I'm just super excited about it. So. Okay, we need a motion to move into a closed meeting to discuss property and personnel.
I'll move that we go into a closed meeting to discuss property and personnel issues.
Do we have to second it first?
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion by Nancy and a second by Tiffany to move into a closed meeting. So we need to go by roll call. Karen, will you start?
Connie Archibald, yes.
Julie Taylor, yes.
Nancy Kennedy, yes.
Okay, we will be moving into closed session. And then will we adjourn from there? I don't think we have any board handbook stuff.
We can come back in.
We can
here
come
and
back in, but,
yeah.
okay. Well, thank you for being
We're-
here.
Do we want to go in the other room, or what do you think? Yeah, sorry, Jenny. Well,
Sorry, this, seriously,
it's-
this is
Generally,
really,
it's a 10 o'clocker, but yeah, no, 9,
this
9:30.
summer, that's,
yeah.
yeah, this is unusual.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, yeah. This is unusual, but it's good.
Oh. His is.
Kids,
Oh, I'm sorry.
hey, thanks for coming out.
Would you all
Sorry.
also,
Oh,
board
yeah.
members, there's a
Sign this.
possible conflict of interest form that you need to sign. If you would look at that and sign it, we need to make sure that Clyde and Brian get that next month. Okay. Jared, how long does it? No, you're good. Jared, can you hear me, Jared? How long does it take to shut you down? And we'd have to excuse you. Just come and get it tomorrow. That'd be great.